Hey, what's up ladies and gentlemen, and Jesus Christ, this music is so annoying, which I'll get to more about it until later on when we start this world up. So, this is me, Mexi here, and I am from the likes of the Mexi Toys videos. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Donkey Kong 94 for the Game Boy. So last time we have basically just managed to conclude the desert world. I almost said the pyramid world for some reason, but it appears to be the desert world that we have managed to accomplish. And today for this episode is the fact that we are moving on to the forms of the next world, which is the aeroplane. And like the boat level, there are only 8 levels, so things goes by very quickly, depending on time though. And also, as I mentioned this earlier, I'm not a big fan of the music in this world. It's just so loud and obnoxious. The main feature of the aeroplane levels, speaking of such though, is the fact that we actually come across into the wind. What the wind is trying to do is that they're trying to push you or blow you off. And, well, let's just say in almost at the south, kind of, or, no, let's just say, east, kind of, wind direction. So because of that, though, yeah, prepare yourselves a lot of trial and error on this particular world so far. Especially noticeable, you have to deal with this very annoying wind mechanic. So yeah, oh no, I think to me though, Aeroplane is actually one of my least favorite worlds in the game. Mainly because of the music though. The music is so bad. But apart from those side of things though, is the fact that, well, at least luckily this world is gonna be really short, just like the ship world as well as the big city. So, in addition to the forms of Stage 0 world, which is based off the forms of construction sites, which I think I don't seem to be able to actually noticing this until when I recently looked it up on the forms of the Mario Wikipedia, and it does say construction site being the Stage 0, so something's worth noting for. So anyways, here we go on to the second level, where basically we need to find the correct memorization door again. So at least we can able to actually expect to see which one it is. So even then though, I'm presuming that is actually on the second door down there. So because of that though, we need to aim for it. So anyways, let's carry the key and drop it as soon as we're able to let the actual the bridge platform will disappear and avoid that crushing block, and there we go. See, this level's not too hard though, but in one of those levels in particular might throw you off a bit, especially noticeable whenever we get onto the well, let's just say in the halfway point in terms of the aeroplane level. So because of that though, yeah, there's not much else to tell. So either way though, let's move on to stage 6-3, where we have to deal with a lot of series of moving platforms. Although, if you're going to be watching this by now, you can also just manage to do some sort of like a cool trick to this particular level. And that is keep on utilizing the handstands and all that stuff. So, and once again, much like in stage 2, that basically is the fact that all stage 6-2, we now need to able to actually figure out which one is the correct door. And if I recall correctly, it's actually on the middle door. So because of that though, yeah, not too complicated for the sake of this level though. Even then though, that luckily we don't have to deal with the forms of the wind kind of mechanic, because we're actually inside the aeroplane itself. But until when we get into this level right there, we still need to able to deal with the actual wind. So, and speaking of such though, here we go on to the Donkey Kong level on specifically in the stage, and that is obviously trying to sort out the moving platform, and every once in a while we need to dodge a lot of things, mainly with, oh god, how do I manage to avoid that? And I somehow managed to take a death, so, whoops. I blame on the actual, well-timing jumps right there, as well as the annoying wind. But, thankfully, this particular portion of this level is really short, though. So, because of that, though, I will try my best if I was going to be able to do this world in a quicker way fashion. Although, most people might find this a bit difficult in comparison to the forms of any other, I died again! I think that was my bad timing jump I just blamed for. But, hopefully, third time's the charm, and, hopefully, we would pass this. So obviously, if you couldn't tell for this point today, is the fact that today's day is of course the Friday the 14th of May, in this case in 2021, and it looks like we're actually getting pretty close towards the halfway point of May already. And to top it all off though, let's just hope that we might as well get ourselves a great summer. Unlike the forms of how it does on last year, it's pretty terrible all things considered because of, you know what I mean. Anyway, so that pretty much concludes stage 6-4, and it looks like we're now onto the halfway point in the aeroplane level. In fact, that scene right there almost reminds me of that particular level from the likes of Sonic the Hedgehog 1 for the Sega Game Gear as well as the Master System. What do I mean by that? Well, you know that level called Sky Base Zone? Well, we now need to avoid those little specific cannon projectile shots as you can see on that specific cutscene, including this particular stage we're about to be hitting onto right now. And also because there is no wind in this particular level, because as to be expected, we're actually on the inside portion of the aeroplane itself. So because of that though, whenever there are some levels that usually focuses on the outside portion of the aeroplane, that basically we do need to get a lot of usage on the actual annoying wind mechanics. So anyway, so in this particular stage, it's not too bad though. So you have to dodge a lot of those cannonball projectiles whenever you're able to try to avoid those. But again, it reminds me of so much of Sky Base Zone from the likes of Sonic 1 on the Game Gear / Sega Master System. So because of that though, except the fact that rather than dealing with a lot of like seizure flashing images, luckily, because we're actually playing this on the Game Boy, so because of that though, there's no need to able to have too many emphasis on seizures. So either way though, that might be seems the case. So anyways, oh boy, this stage right there, stage 6-6. Oh, for the love of God, I remember this stage. The reason being for this is that why I think this stage is the only stage I'm talking about. It does have its very annoying moments where most people seem to always have trouble with. And that is something to do with like, well thankfully the actual monkey bars is actually not too bad, but it's just the fact that what if you're trying to make your way to the key, like I just did right there, here's the trickiest part. Yeah, right there, if you mess up your timing jumps, then you're probably gonna get knocked onto the spikes into your possession, and you have to do the entire platforming segment all over again. Completely fills the brim with this very annoying wind, so yeah, this level is by far the hardest level in the entire world of the aeroplane levels, just because, well, aside from the fact that you have to deal with the wind and everything, and also to top it off is the fact that you have to do with a lot of emphasis on timing jumps carefully or correctly, and most of the time though there's going to be a lot of emphasis on trial and error on the stage. So yeah, don't be surprised until you're able to actually come across into likely some jump errors, mainly with like, you have to be so precise, so okay, there we go. So let's see if we can able to do this on the second attempt, and there we go. So yeah, you have to be so precise with this very pixel perfect jump. So anyways, that's pretty much about it for the sake of this stage. I'm very glad that stage is over and done with. But at least, thankfully, that we still at 99 lives, even though what's the point of able to go into that bonus game from the start. But we'll take 2 extra lives, even though that, usually relatively speaking, we can't go above 100 or more, so that's fine by me, so... Alright, stage 6-7, where this level is going to be pretty fun. Basically, we now need to deal with the forms of a key puzzle solving. And what do I mean by that? Well, we need to get a lot of usage of those conveyor belts and occasional switches. And what do I mean by that? Oh, and also we need to avoid that very annoying cannonball right there that we do definitely need to avoid. So, that maybe seems the case for the sake of this particular level itself, so... And I do apologize for that noise in the background right there, because I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a lot of construction going on in the actual, some houses in between. So I do apologize for the background noise you're going to be hearing, but that's how it is when it comes to the forms of, because for the most part, oh no, how do I just die from that cannonball shot? Oh well, we'll try that again. Hopefully for a much more better attempt though, that's for sure. And, hopefully that maybe seems the case, all things considered. So anyway, let's just go ahead and, I'm pretty sure the real door we need to entering, though, is the third door that's usually shown right there. So either way, though, that's the only door we need to aim for. So because of that, we need to, like, utilize these switches to able to keep on changing those directions with those conveyor belts the whole majority of the time of this particular level. So, Yeah, the stage is not too bad though, aside from the forms of that very annoying cannonball shot that will like to able to throw you off a bit. So that maybe seems the case right there. So anyways, let's create a ladder for the actual method. Oh jeez, that was close. Almost gonna get hit right there. Especially noticeable if I got screwed over by that specific cannonball shot, then otherwise I'm gonna have to redo the entire puzzle segment again. So that won't be that fun though, if that seems the case. So anyways, let's go ahead and keep on tossing the key upwards. And sure enough, we finished the level like so. Even though there's no point for able to get those Pauline's items right there, because I might as well die a lot, so... Alright, so here we go on to the final level of the aeroplane level, which I'm very glad, because for the love of God, I can't stand this world so much. Mainly it's because of the music, and also the wind as well, and everything else in this world is definitely... Oh, jeez, I wasn't expecting that, but, hopefully we'll try that again, so either way though, hopefully for the second attempt or two. And also, thankfully, we got ourselves a spring, so that way we can able to actually just go up. So either way though, let's go ahead and just utilize those barrels again, ever since in stage 4. And just like before, just hit him 3 times with 3 barrels, and he's down for good. Even with a much more quicker method, as you can see on screen right there. So yeah, that's actually really super fast right there. So anyways, that pretty much takes care of the aeroplane world, thank God for that. And now we move on to the 7th world, where we ended up on the forms of the iceberg somehow. And while we're at it, yeah, there's a fireball that's trying to melt the ice. So yeah, that's the actual world we're gonna be hit onto next. And there's gonna be a lot of emphasis on ice physics every once in a while, so either way though, we'll have to deal with those. So yeah, I think seemingly to say is the fact that we'll go ahead and end things off here. So join me next time for more of Let's Play of Donkey Kong 94. Instead, we're going to be hit on to the 7th stage, or the 7th world I should say, known as the Iceberg. So I'll see you guys until next Monday. Later fellas.